does he think 5 pints? Or like probably 3 because she's skinny. And I'm like, Tom. Good morning, you guys, and welcome to a new. I feel like I can't even see myself. How are you guys doing? It is Tuesday. It's a new week, a new vlog, new things, new books that I received. But I think I'm keeping these for my book haul video that I need to record. I need to gather all of my books because I do have a couple of books now. I received a package from Penguin Random House yesterday, which is so exciting, and it's funny because it's just non-fiction. It's non-fiction, but it's the kind of non-fiction that I like. But maybe I can show you guys, since by the time this vlog goes up, my whole video would have been up already. And I would have talked about this on my TikTok and Instagram as well. So let me actually grab the books and I can show you what they sent to me because it's so exciting to me. Okay, first up, let's start with a book that was sent to me by the people at NB Publishers. I saw that Salamina Musesa had another children's book out, and I do have the first one. I think it's in my daughter's room. I must check. Yeah, it's not on my bookshelf. Yeah, it's definitely in my daughter's room. But the first book was called Disaster at Gogo's Plaza, and I haven't read it, but I wanted to read them together. And this one is called Cook Off at Gogo's Plaza. So these just came out. Looking forward to it, and I think I'm more excited now by children's books because my daughter is a reader in the sense that she can read for herself now. Okay, she can read for herself now, although it is very like beginner type books. Like she reads 16-page books, and I think now at school her books, yeah, it's still, are we still on 16 pages? 16 to 20 page books. Like that's as much as she reads. There's like 2 sentences per page, and most of the page is filled with an image of what's happening. But my child can read, okay? My child can read, which makes me so excited for her reading abilities to develop, and hopefully like by this time, like next year, she would be able to read books like this where you have more words than illustrations. But there's Gogo. I'm assuming that that is Gogo over there, and you see that there's more words there. But I'm looking forward to this. Like I'm excited for this. Like I will definitely be reading the 2 books like back to back, and then I will give my review and thoughts on it. I need to start like reviewing in general. I review books on YouTube a lot because this is my primary focus in terms of content creation. This is the place that I'm more happiest and comfortable in. So I'm happy to talk about books in this space. I need to just get myself back into talking about books on Instagram, and more so in terms of my reviews. So I need to get back to writing, having written reviews on Instagram. So somewhere, I'm not even gonna say sometime this week because I'm just trying to go slow in these next 2 days, because from Thursday onward things are gonna start getting a little bit busy. I might not be vlogging as much. My mother-in-law is coming to visit us for a while, so I'm probably not going to be like picking up my camera for a while, but I will be, I think, using the time or whatever time I have to edit more. So I'll probably be in a space of less recording, more editing. That's what we're going to try to do. But yeah, they sent me this book and I'm really excited. I love children's books. If you guys don't know by now, where have you been? Where have you been? Unless you're like new, but I love children's books. I love them so much. I have a whole like a shelf down there, not like a full bookshelf, but like a a cubicle, well, a cubicle and a half actually, and some of the books are stacked horizontally because I didn't have space of children's books. So in my estimation, I would say that I probably have like 30 plus children's books that are middle grade that I read, and then my daughter probably has like 40 plus books that she reads that's just for her, that are picture books, which I don't really read a lot of. Okay, next up, my battery's flashing, so I'm gonna do this one quickly. We've got this very pretty little book, and it's called Wisdom from Africa. Oh my gosh, I opened this book yesterday and I was so excited. It is a collection of African proverbs, and they say it in different languages across the continent, and it gives you an explanation as well of what that proverb means. So I'm so excited. Like, I was reading some of them yesterday and I'm like, this is so cool. And it's nice to see South African languages and hearing things that I can read and understand, and then see the translation of it. They also sent me The Four-Way Path. It says The Indian Secret to a Life of Happiness and Purpose, and this is by Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I saw this book at Exclusive Books yesterday when I was browsing, and I'm like, this looks so pretty, number one. And I could already tell that it's like Indian inspired because of this here. And I'm just like, this just looks so nice. And I'm like, I would read this. I would read. This is the kind of non-fiction that I could be on board with. And then finally, they sent me the latest cookbook from Jamie Oliver, and it's called Simply Jamie, and it says Celebrate the Joy of Food. I honestly can't. I can't wait. Cornbread. I can't wait. But yeah, I think I'll give you guys more updates later, because my battery's flashing and any moment I'm gonna get cut off. So I will say bye before that happens, and then go make my coffee. I don't even know, I wanted to make green tea, but now I'm feeling like I need coffee so that I can get my day started. What time is it though? Oh, I've got 5 minutes left before I have to start working. Okay, we'll talk again later. Let me charge my battery, and then we'll chat about the books I'm reading this week. Good morning, you guys. It is Thursday morning. I am getting ready to go for my gym workout. Wanted to, I guess, show you guys my gym fit. I'm wearing this Total Sport shirt, and then I've got my biker shorts, biker tights. These are from Cotton On. I really like them. They're very like strong, firm, hold everything together, squat proof. I've got my Adidas DNAs, and then I've got my gloves. These I got from Mr. Price Sport, and they're pretty good because I wanted gloves that are very feminine, but at the same time like have nice padding for the weight training, because I do a lot of weight training at the gym. So yeah, I'm about to go. I dropped off my husband at work early this morning because he had to drive out early at like 5 a.m. to site. So I'm gonna use the opportunity to go to gym. So yeah, where's my water bottle? Let me get my water bottle. Okay, so we've got the water bottle, we've got the towel, we've got the gloves, and then I've got my audiobook of choice. So I finished my current physical read while I was in bed just chilling. Oh, focus, it was focused just now. Let's touch here. There we go. So I'm reading The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I believe this is a new release, so I've borrowed this from my Libby app, and I'll be listening to that while I do my workout. All right, so I'm about to go. I don't want to waste time. I'll talk to you guys when I come back. I haven't spoken to you about the books that I'm reading this week because when I picked up my camera 2 days ago, things got like very hectic and I never got a chance. So I will hopefully show you guys the books that are on my radar for this week. Like I said, I did finish one book already this morning, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. And then we can talk about the rest of my reading plans for the rest of the week. It is Thursday, and I've got a busy weekend, but I'm excited. I'm excited for my next physical book. But yeah, I'm gonna head out now, and I'll chat to you guys again later.
Talking bitch shit and you just to see me cold head of the state and I cannot be demoted. I put this head on the stake and make a hole it 2 out the meter. Can't say too many ways that I need her. It's a bread on the plate, she a eater. Need some bread on the plate for the feature. I'm a beast, little boy, I'm a creature. Ain't no money to make for me being tame. For I tell on myself I'm a plea insane. There's some folks in here with me, yo, keep it chained and I swear. They keep talking all around my head, I hear it all day. I hope nobody don't tell the end alright. Cause I'm a sinner to hell and then y'all wait. Gon' probably send me to hell, I need peace sign. For my shoulder, devils on east side. Now who's stronger, man, I'm getting deep fried. But I'm colder than a white polar until I'm over. Trying to stay woke in a high full of sleepers. I can leave earth anytime, no allegiance. Fuck all these hoes on that line too egregious. Had to be real one time for the region. I cannot get peace someday. Or just a little sleep someday. I know we gon' eat someday. And if the time divine, it won't be too late. Now it's a balance I've been trying to figure. In and out at times in my little feelings. My Valentine ain't want no dealings. And I can't blame you about that really. Cause ain't too much stable going on. Ain't nobody to say you on your own. I can tell the page from Rolling Stones. Advice might shorten the days and write the songs.
Good morning again. I am done at the gym and I'm on my way home. I just passed by Kauai to get a smoothie and to just redeem my voucher because I had a voucher, but I didn't realize, nah? I did not realize. So I had 2 vouchers. I had one 100 Rand voucher for a meal and then a smoothie voucher. So I'm like, you know what? Let me actually order like a vegan wrap for my lunch later today and then just get a smoothie because I was gonna make a smoothie anyway when I got home. So I do that. And then when they scan, unfortunately for me, I let them scan the smoothie voucher first. This is on my F&B app. I let them scan my smoothie voucher first. When they're done scanning that, my food voucher goes away. It goes away and now it gives me a button of unlocking more rewards. I'm like, what is going on? How can you show me 2 rewards and then not, you know, deliver? So I'm guessing that you can only redeem one of the vouchers depending on I guess deciding which tier you want to claim from. So I was just like, okay, it is what it is. But yeah, I had my workout and yeah, I'm heading home now so that I can just freshen up and get started with my day. It feels good to like start off my day early and like through going into the gym. Oh, are you driving so slow? It feels really good to start off my day in the gym. Like I'm energetic, even though I'm tired because I did quite a lot. And like I said, I do strength workouts, so I always do 2 laps of running on the treadmill as my warm-up, and then I move on to the weights. And I was doing legs today, and then I did my back as well, shoulder blades and lats. So it was pretty good. And then I went to the yoga room to do some abs, and then did some handstands because I'm trying to train my upper body strength. And because I'm not at a point where I can do pull-ups, and I really didn't feel like going to the assisted pull-up machine, I just thought, you know, doing handstands is the sure way, and I just like I like doing it. I like feeling like the power of like that feeling of feeling powerful after doing a handstand and being able to hold myself up. I like it, and I'm trying to train myself to hold myself up longer. So I did that, and then I did one with my forearms, because also I'm trying to train myself to be able to do yoga style handstands. So I'm trying to work on the things, because I don't have arm strength, you guys. I have zero arm strength, and most of my weight is sitting below my waist, okay, which means I'm like much heavier lower down, and I'm unable to carry my own body, if that makes sense. Like I said, I can't do pull-ups because I cannot carry my own body. So I'm trying to strengthen my arms without bulging out, because I do not want to have like biceps and triceps, but I want to have strong arms, and I figured this is a sure way and an easy way for me to do that. So yeah. Hi, so I'm in the kitchen because I'm getting hungry. It's 10:15. I am taking a break to make myself a cup of coffee, as well as I got a wrap from Hawaii. Oh, it smells good. It smells good. It's a vegan wrap. So I'm gonna have that, and then I'm gonna make a giant cup of coffee. And it's only giant because my cup is big, but I mean the pod makes 230 mils of coffee. It's not my fault, but at least now I can fit my whole brew of coffee in my cup plus the milk. So that's great. And I'll be making my coffee in my new favorite cup. I got this cup obviously from SCRIBD. Got this from Starbucks. It was 160 rands. It even still has the tag. I'm really bad at taking these off, so I never really bother. I need to go grab another one for my husband, because after I came back with this, I'm like, are you interested? And he's like, yeah, I want one. So he doesn't drink coffee, but he does drink matcha. So he wants this. They also have a smaller one, but for me it was like, it's gonna defeat the purpose, because I have a bunch of small cups, and every time I make my coffee, I warm up my milk first, and then when I go over to make the coffee, I have to literally watch and wait and then stop it before it overflows, because my cups are not big enough. So this is great. So we're gonna warm up some milk, and the milk of choice as always is this oat milk from Butternut. They've changed their packaging, and apparently it should reduce the footprint, and I hope that's true. I hope nothing will change in terms of flavor. I don't taste any difference from here, but I'm always very wary when companies change products or packaging or whatever to reduce like cost, because this will also reduce cost. The other bottles, I can imagine that they were more expensive. So I really hope that they're doing what they're promising us to do, because I have trust issues when it comes to these companies. But yeah, this is favorite milk in this household. This is the only milk we use. So I normally just shake it and then pour it out into my cup, because I don't have an Aerochino. So this is how I warm up my milk until I can buy an Aerochino. So that's on that. I just spilled some milk, so I needed to just wipe it down. Ooh. But yeah, I need to get myself an Aerochino, but I think, as I always say, like, I don't like to do anything on credit. So if I can afford something, I just keep away from it. And lately I've been prioritizing buying other things. So I knew that I was saving to buy the microphone, so I didn't let myself get deterred even by $1,000. It's a lot of money. So then we did that. Oh, I also have a TAKEALOT delivery that I'm waiting for today. I did mention that I need to go fetch my daughter at lunchtime from my mom's house because she's been staying there for a couple of days while it's been school holidays. So Sean's mom is landing today and she'll be with her, and I think Anel is excited to go fetch her together, so that's what we're gonna do. So we have a long day of driving up and down, but yeah, let me make my coffee because I'm hungry, and then I'll come back and talk to you guys about the book that I'm reading. I have a lot of concerns. I have some thoughts, and I'm just like, this is what I like about Frida. This is what I like about Frida's work, because no, I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm going to make my coffee, then I'll sit down and then I'll talk about it. Coffee of choice today will be the ever delicious Audacio. This is my favorite. I always say it's the blue one. So no matter what coffee I buy in the month, Audacio is always one of the flavors that I get because I really do like it. And you guys know that I also got this pumpkin spice, which has a hint of it. Okay, coffee's brewing. I'm not gonna warm up the wrap because it doesn't feel like, oh, this is loud. It doesn't feel like it needs warming up, but yeah, I'm gonna stop talking because that's making a noise, and I will chat to you when I'm sitting down. Hi. Let me just put on some lip stuff, okay? I really hope that this microphone is on. I think it is. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good. I need to wipe my glasses. I just had my wrap. I was so hungry. I still have my coffee, giant cup, but I'm listening to The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I like Frida McFadden. I like the way that she writes her mysteries. Like, yes, people are calling it like popcorn thrillers. I don't care. Frida McFadden is a great time, and that's just what I like about it. So I don't know the synopsis of this book. Let me just start there. I just saw that there's a new book by Frida McFadden and it's available on my Libby, and I borrowed it. But I'm 30% in. I started this one, I'm 30% in. I wouldn't be surprised if I finish this book today. But we are following two timelines, and one of our main characters' names is Sydney, and we've got Tom, right? Tom is past timeline, Sydney is current. So it opens up with, I think it was Tom, because I feel like I didn't get the name of the character when we started. But it started off with Tom, and Tom is talking about this girl that he has a crush on, and he would really like to kiss her, and he's been staring at her, and at some point she stirs back and gets to walk her home. The issue with Tom is that Tom has a very, how do I even describe this? His mind, he can take a simple situation and his mind will take it to a very deadly place. For example, he was walking with his now girlfriend and they were holding hands and he was looking at her and he's like, oh, but she's so skinny, she's so frail, like I can see her carotid artery like pulsing when I'm saying something to her. And he starts like in his head describing how easy it is to kill someone by just slicing that artery because it's one of the biggest arteries. And he knows all of these like medical things because he's trying to, like, he's looking forward to being a doctor or studying medicine. So he's got a lot of like medicine related textbooks and books that he has in his house, and he reads a lot, right? And he's really smart. Like, he sounds like he's really smart. He's the kind of kid that is like tutors other kids in math, so he's a smart kid. But his brain goes to a deadly place. So now he's there busy fantasizing about how it would feel to cut that artery and watch her bleed out. And he's like measuring how much blood she would leak. Because like, does he think 5 pints? Or like probably 3 because she's skinny. And I'm like, Tom, why you gotta be like this? But we also find out that Tom comes from a very abusive family, more towards or more from the father. The father abuses the mother, and I get the sense that the way that he talks to Tom and the mom is also not good. So he comes home to find his mom with a burst lip, and you know, there's that happening. That's Tom. We know that he's got these thoughts, these very murderous thoughts, and I'm worried for that girl. And already in Tom's timeline, there is a girl that went missing, and we find out that that girl was also part of Tom's students that he tutors. And I'm just like, I've got my eyebrow raised. But they don't tell us how far back this is, right? And then in current timeline, we've got Sydney. Sydney, her scene opens up with her going on a date with this guy that she met on a dating app. They have a name for it in the book. And this guy's name is Kevin, right? So she arrives early. She's waiting for Kevin at the restaurant. And Kevin arrives. Kevin does not look like anything in his picture. Like, he doesn't even look like his younger self. He just like, Kevin does not look like Kevin. And for me, I was just like, sis, red flag number 1. Why are you continuing with the date? I feel like, don't be polite in this instance. Do not be polite. Like, get up and go. Like, ask this dude, who are you? Why don't you look like your picture? Like, I don't, okay. And then she sits down, she has dinner with this guy, and he talks about how he does not like her arms. Like, she's got like big flabby arms or whatever, and she doesn't really like her arms. And then he goes on to compliment the waitress's arms when the waitress takes the order and walks away, and says, yeah, you see now, that waitress has great arms. And I'm just like, I'm walking out of there. But Sydney stays. Sydney stays because Sydney is very lonely, and she's almost, in my mind, like bordering on desperation when it comes to like needing to be in a relationship. So I feel like because of that, she's like making these decisions, and she's got her friend who's supposed to call her 20-minute in to basically give her a way out if she needs to leave the state. But she's already been like 5 minutes in, and she's like, maybe I should give this guy a chance, because I'm not the kind of person who's very materialistic, and if I have to date somebody for 5 minutes, I will never get to know them. So I understand that logic, but sis, flags. And then she orders a Coke, and he's like, no, why don't you order a real drink? This is where I liked Sydney, because she stayed true to her senses to not order alcohol and like get even a tiny bit intoxicated while with the stranger. But they have the dinner. He's a messy eater, so it's not good. He's a messy eater, so it's not a nice time. And fine, they wrap up the dinner. At some point she goes to the bathroom and she comes back and complains that she's been gone for a while. And then they wrap up the dinner. When she gets back from the bathroom, they wrapped up the dinner. He slides the bill to her and he says, your portion is $38.95. And she's just like, what do you mean? Also, I had a salad. My meal, a salad and a Diet Coke. My meal doesn't cost this much. You ate a whole meal, but you're making me go halvesies with you. Sharp. My goodness. And then she pays the bill. And then she's like, okay, nice to meet you, whatever. And then he's like, let me walk you home. She's like, no, thank you, I'm fine. Also, she should have, at that point, I think, called an Uber. But she's like, no, I'm fine. I don't need to be walked home. And he's like, no, I insist, no, I have to walk you home. I have to, like, I'm a gentleman type thing. And she finally gives in, walks her home, and she stops like a few blocks away from her house. And also, I don't know why she decided to take the quietest route, because she told us in the book that normally she takes a busier route where there's lots of people, but today she decided to take the shortcut and take the shorter route. I'm like, no, sis, do you see? Like, your decisions are just not making sense. And then she stops a building like a couple of blocks away, and he's like, how about you give me a hug? And she's like, no, I don't do hugs on a first date. And then he goes on to say, how about you give me a kiss? If I don't give you a hug, what makes you think I'll give you a kiss? And she's like, no, I actually don't do touching on the first date, so that's gonna be a no from me. And he's like, no, why are you like this? Why are you being such a tease? You know, I took you out for dinner. Like, sorry, you took me out for dinner when you made me pay $40 like to cover half of the bill. No, brothers, no. So he gets handsy with her, and she ends up getting hurt. And in that process, she meets this guy who kind of like walks upon the situation, kind of saves her, but she doesn't get his name. And she's like, oh my gosh, my savior, and this guy, he's such a hunk, what. And fine, the whole situation dissolves. She walks away to her apartment, and I'm just like, there's a creepiness going on. So I've got not a lot, but I've got a few theories, right? The book is called The Boyfriend. It's a thriller. We know there's going to be a murder. I'm pretty sure Kevin is a murderer, right? But also, I'm pretty sure that Kevin is not his real name. I will not be surprised if Kevin is actually Tom from back in the day, because already his murderous situations, it's just not, right? And then Sydney has this portion, I guess, will maybe become a little bit spoilery, but I will stop kind of like where I am, which I think it's not too bad of a spoiler, but spoiler alert, I'm just gonna put it here. But she's got a neighbor in her apartment who is also her friend, and this neighbor has been seeing this guy. My memory card got full, and it's almost lunchtime now, so I'm gonna go fetch my daughter soon. But I was still trying to say, she's got this neighbor, her friend, who's been seeing this guy that I think she also met on this dating app, and they've been seeing each other for a year, but it seems like he is like afraid of like commitment issue, like he has commitment issues, but he seems to be like open to locking it down, calling her his girlfriend, and like taking it seriously type thing. And this guy happens to be a doctor. Remember I mentioned that Tom like aspired to be a doctor? At some point I'm like, one of these men that we are meeting is Tom. But the one thing is that Tom seems to be an only child when we are in his perspective, and Kevin, our creepy date, has like 2 other brothers, and I'm like, what are the chances of having the other guys in the picture as being one of the brothers? But we know Kevin is getting creepy. We don't know the name of the doctor boyfriend. We don't know his name. And another guy that is in the story is the caretaker of the building where Sydney lives. His name is, I forgot his name now. I feel like it starts with an R, but it's not Orion. Is he Orion? I don't know, but he's the caretaker, and he happens to be dating another one of Sydney's friends. So the situation is, what I'm trying to get to is, the neighbor friend made an appointment with the caretaker dude
to come through to her apartment in the morning to come and look at her toilet because it's making a noise, right? And this neighbor does not like this caretaker guy, and she says that he's just giving weird vibes, and she never feels comfortable when he comes into her apartment to fix something. So she's asking Sydney to come through her apartment at the same time or slightly earlier so that they can be together while this guy is there. And Sydney's like, no, but you know, he's come through. Yes, he's looked at me before, but not in a lustful way. But you know, he looks. So also I have him on my radar as like creepy guy. But the situation is that they arrive. So Sydney arrives at the apartment at 9:15 as discussed with her friend, and she knocks, no answer. Friend is not saying anything. And then while she's busy knocking, the caretaker guy arrives as well. It's like, oh, Sydney, what are we doing here? And it's like, no, I came to see my friend, but she's not opening the door. And he also knocks, nothing. And Sydney asks, can you use your key to open the door? And he's like, no, I'm not supposed to. And Sydney really doesn't like it, like me going into her apartment when she's not there, because sometimes he does get the approval from other tenants to do that so he can do maintenance work. But Sydney, because he's not really fond of him, or not Sydney, but the neighbor friend is not really fond of this guy, she's like, no, you can't. But Sydney gets to convince our maintenance dude to unlocks, goes and checks around, tries to call her, realizes her phone is actually in her apartment, looks around, sees drops of blood on the floor, finds the friend on the bed, murdered, chopped up, and we just like, when? How? And there's no sign of a struggle, there's no sign of a break-in, so it's like, this is either somebody that she knows or trusts, or somebody who has access, right? Our maintenance guy has access, but his girlfriend allegedly, because I don't trust that story, allegedly says that she was with him last night, so it couldn't have been him. I don't trust that. Also, they try to investigate the boyfriend, the medical doctor, and they go through this friend's phone to go check out the chats, because now Sydney doesn't even know the name of this boyfriend. And they find that he was communicating with her from a burner phone, right? Number one, from a burner phone. Number two, also Sydney happens to know the cop who's investigating this situation, because she used to date him. That's her ex. But anyway, so he used a burner phone to communicate with her. That's also like very strange. Why? Number two, when they run the fingerprints of the person who could be responsible for what's happening, they find that the fingerprints match with another crime scene, which they have not solved yet, and it also involved another woman being murdered, but they don't have a set of fingerprints to match to a person, so they still don't know who has done this. And now it's just like, who? Because it has to be one of the men that we've met, right? And who of them is Tom? Because I'm pretty sure Tom is the one going around killing all these women because he's getting a kick out of it. But we don't know who Tom is in this current timeline, because I'm pretty sure he changed his name. And for me, it's Kevin, and also Kevin has had a run-in with Sydney and the friend the day before. It didn't go well. So it's either Kevin, or is this medical doctor that we haven't met yet? Or it could be the maintenance guy. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think what your predictions are. Yeah, let me know what your predictions are down below. And if you don't mind, so if you give me the predictions in the comments, I will respond to your comment and tell you if you were right or not. That's if you don't care to be spoiled, but maybe you do care to be spoiled. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna say whether you're right or wrong, but please comment your predictions down below, and I'm just gonna comment with a laugh, because it's either I'm laughing because you're right, or I'm laughing because I'm like, you don't know what's going on, but I do, because I would have finished the book. But yeah, there's 3 minutes to my lunch. I am I'm gonna go like this. I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna go over to my mom's house and go fetch my baby, come back, and then continue with the work. So yeah, and then I'll come back and tell you guys. Oh gosh, I've got so many updates. Because I finished reading Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. But I think I mentioned that I'm gonna be including this in my romantasy vlog, so I'm not gonna give you all my thoughts on this because I don't want to repeat the same thing in like 2 different vlogs. But all you need to know is, if you love romance, if you love smut, if you love the trope, the one night only trope, if you love the trope that says touch her and you die, come here. It was so good. I think lately I've been very stingy with 5 stars, but I was just like, this is a 5-star read. This book is good. It's good. It's very smutty. It's very sexy. It's very hot. It's just, and also the fantasy elements of it, the intrigue of it, it's there. Like, I'm already at a point where I'm like, I feel like I want to reread this book already, just to understand the courts better, the politics better, because there was a lot going on. But yeah, I read this, finished it, loved it, and I will talk about the book that I'm planning on reading next when I come back. So I'm so excited. My audiobook is in, and it's gonna be a great reading week in general. Guys, we just met Tom in the current timeline. I'm back from fetching my daughter. We just met Tom, and I knew it. It had to be one of these guys. And there's no mistake. There's no mistaking it now. I know that Tom is the one killing off these girls. I know that. I feel it. Unless Frida tells me something else, this is what I'm going to go on. And I'm just like, this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well. And I'm getting a bit worried. About what's going to happen, because I'm like, I just don't know. Oh my gosh. We just met Tom. And I don't know what's the thing. I literally just paused the audiobook because I'm like, what? Let me see how far I am in this book, because I'm flying through it at this point. So I'm 39% into this book. Depending on how my day goes, I could finish this. That's what I'm saying. I could finish this. I still have 2.5 hours of work where I've got 5.5 hours of this audiobook. So I probably won't finish it tonight, because I will have about 20 minutes to go fetch my husband. And then when we're driving back with him, I won't be able to listen to the audiobook while we driving. I wish I had I must check for the ebook, because when we are driving to the airport later on, maybe I could sneak in a few pages of reading. We'll see. I'm gonna look for the ebook on my Libby. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. I don't know how she's going to twist this. I literally have no idea how she's going to twist this, because it doesn't, I don't know. It just can't be like this is Tom, because we already know that Tom has murderous urges in the older timeline, and I feel like it's stemming from the abuse that him and his mom are experiencing from his father, and I feel that he feels powerless against his father. The father is bigger, he's meaner, and he's instilled fear in them, right? So I feel like he feels powerless with the father, and he has found his power through hurting women, because he's having all these thoughts about hurting women, and women are generally smaller, more fragile than men are. And I feel like he's using that opportunity to kind of like use that sense of I've got more power over you, because this is what he's experienced all his life. And right now, where he is as a kid, he recognizes that this is not a good thing that is happening to him, but he doesn't have the tools or the guidance and or the help to guide him. But one thing I can confirm, or allegedly, because there's no proof, that he is definitely a doctor. And he's getting his dream of cutting people up. And I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to keep listening and not talk too much, because I'm just like, I knew it. I just knew it. Okay, let me continue listening and continue working.
Mama, yours is a masterpiece. Mine is a masterpiece. Daddy's is a masterpiece.